So I'm here in Virginia. I have a bunch of conservative relatives out here. I mean, I would call them liberal in certain ways, but they're Republicans, they're conservative. We've been talking about it. The thing that interests me now, I happen to have talked politics with my aunt and uncle where I'm staying right now, more or less my whole life. And what occurred to me is that in the old days, that would be rare to have these political conversations. I was thinking back in the day, 30 years ago, it's kind of hard to get people to have a conversation on politics. Like in these channels, mine and a lot of us that I tend to converse with regularly so far. We have these kind of knockdown, drag out, you're totally wrong about, willpower or antinatalism. There are a lot of things that are pretty hard to get just your average person even into a conversation about, let alone, upset about. So, and now what we have is the McLaughlin group in America. We're just always easy to get somebody into a political argument. And so it occurred to me, okay, that's good, but they're at the McLaughlin level, the crossfire era. And so as fun as it is to have these arguments, I think it's too easy now, politically. And I don't think I'm going to have them much, but I'm not going to shy away from them. I think I need to talk more politics. People are just naive. It's not conservatives are naive or liberal. You're all tend towards the naive out there in the world, it seems like to me. No offense. So I want to turn to, what kinds of things could we have in common? Because I really see two options. Either this is the democratic experiment. We've got more than one round of results from this lab. And now we've developed, two schools of thought. And we need two labs, two countries. Yeah, let's do it. We're too good for that. It's okay for Yugoslavia and the USSR. Yeah. Or, and what I was going to get at is it's time to start trying to find some common ground. Like maybe we could start, do we all agree, both in all the political ideologies, that, shooting each other is not a good idea, not a good thing. Right? So, there are things we can agree on, and I think there's more. And I would like to focus on infrastructure. What kinds of infrastructure do we need to, like I was talking to one young relative here, who's nominally conservative. I hate to label, but, But we were agreeing, for example, the bridges in this country, in the U.S., it's ridiculous. They've built bridges, tore them down, built another bridge, tore it down in the time that we are still using bridges from the 20s, 30s, and 60s if we're lucky. Other ones still more controversial, but I think we should have a rail system. I'd like to find what things would we like to build. Forget what do we believe. Just what do we build? What kind of a nation do we want? Let's all get on the same page. Do we like public roads or not? And if really it comes down to basic things, and we're going to have conservatives being Ron Paul, we don't want anything, we don't want to cooperate at all, then you need your own non-cooperative country, right? Because I want to be in a cooperative country, and there's at least 150, 200 million people like me. So, if you think that's going to be a socialist paradise, well, I don't think so. That's not what I'm going for, but you can have your opinion, and I guess we just need to figure out how to have two separate countries. But better than that would, give a try of, okay, it's easy now to argue politics with people. Do you have any tools to find a common ground? The respect for thy opponent or even thy enemy? It would be helpful to figure that out. All right, cheers and happy holidays.